Well, let's just keep this rolling. Hello, everybody. I'm First Alert Meteorologist Rodney Harris. Happy Friday to you. Hope you're off to a good start to your Friday. It was definitely a cold start to your Friday. Our wind chills were actually colder this morning than they were even on Thursday morning. In Canton, your wind chill dropped to like 2 degrees this morning. Super dangerous. The good news is that we're beyond that now. No more dangerous wind chills. In fact, the cold weather advisory that we had in effect has expired. The first alert has expired. So now I want to show you the 7-day forecast because, as you know, we're talking about a warm-up. Temperatures are back into the 60s by Monday, the 70s by Tuesday. So next week will definitely feel better, but we will cool back off. The cold weather is not over. In fact, First Alert Meteorologist Ella Dorsey and I are tracking at least 2 more cold spells here over the next several weeks. So we're not done with the cold. So we did do some research over the past several days to kind of give you an idea of when we do actually typically see the last freeze in the city of Atlanta and North Georgia. So when we average this out, for the city of Atlanta, we typically see our last freeze on March the 21st. It's a month from now. So based on history, we have about a month to go of the truly cold weather before we start warming up for good. Again, that last freeze is typically on March the 21st. Did some more research, and the last time we had a freeze in Atlanta after March 21st was back in 2015. So it's been 10 years since we've had a freeze that's gone beyond that date. So history is on our side. I'll also point out the latest we've ever had a freeze in Atlanta is actually the end of April, April 25th. That was way back in 1910, so that was more than 100 years ago. So based on history and recent history, the end of March should be it for us here in the city of Atlanta. And we know this. We're in that time of year right now where we're starting to kind of slowly transition into the warm season. So you'll get a week like next week where we're in the 70s, but then you'll get another week where we drop back into the 30s. And that's what's going to happen for the next several weeks. And then by the end of March, we should finally be done with at least the 30s. That doesn't include the 40s, which is still chilly, but freezing 32 or colder, that typically ends on March 21st. So that's really just for the city of Atlanta and everybody south of there. Of course, as you go north of Atlanta, that late freeze actually ends a little bit later in the month, early April. So for Atlanta, late March. But if you're in Haralson County, if you're in Polk County, if you were in Floyd County, if you were in Chattooga County, and I'll make this bigger for you so you can get a better idea of how this map will look. But Gordon County, Pickens County, Dawson, Lumpkin County, everybody in the mountains, of course, your freeze is going to come a little later, at least your last freeze, and that's typically early April. So that's sort of an idea for when we'll be truly done with these freezing temperatures, because that is a question that a lot of you have been asking us here over the past week with this roller coaster weather that's been making a lot of us sick. So 70s next week, and I'll put the 7-day forecast back up here for reference, but still super cold today, but 70s next week, so enjoy that. But I do want to point out that the weekend after next, we do have our next cold blast that'll move in. So you can see that on Thursday we have a chance of rain. That's a front, another cold front that'll move through, and it's just beyond the 7-day forecast. But after Thursday, we will cool back off going into the weekend after next. And again, we were watching a nice Arctic blast, Ella and I, like 2 weeks from now. So not done with it yet, but we do at least have the opportunity to warm those temperatures up going into next week. And that actually starts this weekend. So remember, yesterday's high was 35. Today, we're up to 46. So we're already 11 degrees warmer today, 54 Saturday. And we might as well call it 60 on Sunday with a high of 59. So warmer weather in the short term, but it's not done. So don't get that winter weather gear and put it too far away in the closet, because you will need it again at least twice. The end of March, and I'll put this back up here for you one more time, March 21st. That's usually the magic number for us here in the city of Atlanta. Otherwise, your forecast over the weekend is looking pretty good. Lots of sunshine. We have high pressure that's over us for like the next 4 or 5 days. You don't have to worry about any rain, any first alerts or anything like that. It's just going to stay pretty chilly today before that warm-up starts over the weekend. So there is that answer, and we're going to continue to provide that information to you on Atlanta News First throughout the course of the day and in the First Alert Weather app. But I wanted to get that on because, again, that's been the question that we've been getting for the past several days because of the roller coaster weather that we've had. And again, that's normal. It's normal for us this time of year to warm up and then cool back off and warm up. We're kind of transitioning right now into spring. So that's something that'll continue for the next several weeks. And we'll keep you up to date in the First Alert Weather app. We hope you guys have an amazing Friday, have an amazing weekend. First Alert meteorologist Ella Dorsey will be back on Atlanta News First at noon with an update look at your forecast. The only thing that we're really working on forecast-wise for you is our rain chances for the end of next week going into Thursday. Everything else is very straightforward. We'll basically be dry for the next several days with temperatures warming up. So she's tweaking those rain chances for next Thursday, and she'll have the latest on that at noon. And, of course, you can always get your forecast in our First Alert Weather app. Have a great weekend, and until next time, we'll see you soon.